Happy holidays, my friends! Today I'm gonna be making double chocolate Yule log. Fluffy and sweet, the best Christmas cake for chocolate lovers. Let's get started. Line a parchment paper in a baking tray and preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius. Okay, now let's get started making the batter. Sift all the dry ingredients together, cornstarch and cake flour and bread flour and Dutch processed cocoa powder. Now let's cook the batter. We need a frying pan and melt your butter over the low heat, and before melt all the butters, add dry ingredients we have just sifted. Don't leave any powders here. Use your spatula vigorously like this. You don't have to really cook, but warm up all the ingredients and mix butter and flours together. When it comes together, add 1/3 of the milk and slowly mix together until it combines well, like this. It looks good. It looks even and all the milk is distributed evenly. Okay, it looks good. Let's transfer to a bowl to drop the temperature a little bit. Now we are mixed with egg yolk. So we need 5 egg yolks and 3 egg whites. Okay, oh, it's a twin. 1 egg yolk. Oh, twin again. I have a luck for the next year, maybe. Oh, here comes the twin again. But it counts as 1. So we need 3 egg yolks for meringue and 2 more egg yolks. Okay, 1 and 1 more. Keep the rest of the egg whites for your next fluffy pancake. It's a little bit slippery, so it's not easy to mix at first, but use your spatula like this, like cutting, and you're going to mix easily and faster. Okay, let's switch to the whisk to finish mixing the batter. Okay, it looks good. The consistency is like this. When you see the butter is shiny, it shows your butter is emulsified very well and you are going to have a smooth texture cake seed. Let's set this aside and let's make a meringue. My method to create a smooth and fine meringue is start whisking on low speed without sugar, like this. What I'm doing here is cutting the front part of the egg white so that you can create the foams. As you see, the egg whites start forming and every liquidy part is making the foam. Now it's the time to add the first sugar, 1/3 of the sugar, and continue whisking on low speed until the sugar dissolves. The second sugar. Add syrup sugar and continue whisking on low. Now it's the time to start whisking on high speed. After 1 to 2 minutes of whisking on high speed, you're gonna feel the resistance to your hand. Now it's finishing the meringue. As you see, the soft peaks form. Now it's the time to stop whisking. It's a beautiful meringue. Let's combine the batter and the meringue together. So smooth up the batter we have just prepared and add 1 scoop of meringue into the batter. Use your whisk like this, tapping, tapping, tapping. And the first meringue is called sacrificed meringue. When you whisk really together with the cake batter, your next meringue will going to combine together nicely without deflating the meringue. And another scoop, and use your whisk like this, tapping and back and forth, scoop, and it looks like you are deflating the meringue, but it's the opposite. You were mixing the cake batter and meringue effectively without deflating the batter. And the next meringue, 2 scoops, and down, scoop and drop, scoop and drop. This is the most effective way to mix the cake batter and meringue. When I run the pastry shop, I found this is the best way to mix the cake batter and meringue. Faster and effective, and the end result is amazing. And as you see, the 90% of the mixing is done. Then switch to the spatula for the in your meringue like this. Up and down, like 10 times, and until your cake batter looks really even and smooth. Ta-da! Yes, this is perfect. So the cake batter is ready. Now let's transfer this cake batter to the baking sheet. So use your spatula like this and like this. In this way, you don't have to touch the cake surface, and your cake will finish like a very fluffy cake sheet. And tap the surface like this. So now we are going to bake this cake sheet for 10 minutes in a preheated oven, 180 degrees Celsius. Bake the cake sheet for about 10 to 12 minutes until the surface is golden brown and bounces back when you touch the surface. For this cake, I'm going to make 2 kinds of ganache, and one is using milk chocolate and one is using the sweet chocolate. When I make the ganache, I'm going to melt the chocolate first. To the melted chocolate, add hot heavy cream in 3 stages. Whisk to one direction to emulsify each time. Let it cool to set. Do the same to the semi-sweet chocolate. While we are cooling down the ganache, we are going to whip the cream to stick the cake seed together. Add sugar and start whisking on low speed. Okay, we are almost done. Whisk until the soft peaks form, like this. Now the cake is cooled to the room temperature and we are ready to assemble. Place one sheet of parchment paper on the cake and flip it over, and then peel off the parchment paper underneath the cake, like this, slowly and gently. And this is the bottom size, and bottom size comes outside, so let's flip it over again. And we are going to cut through the cake. We need a scale. First, cut off the edges to make it clean. So I'm gonna cut in half. And cut the other half into two. And cut the other half into two. So you have 4 equal portions. Now let's apply the heavy cream onto the surface to stick together, and place your whipping cream like this here and there so that you can work easily, and use your palette knife like this. Keep it horizontal. Okay, we are almost done. Okay, it looks good. And start learning from here. Take your piece of cake and start rolling like this. Okay, it looks good. First one or two is going to break up, but it's okay, don't worry. And put it like here, and the next one should be come like this. Take your seed and put it here like this. It's gonna go like this, and the next one comes here. Okay, carefully put it together, and the last one comes like this. Okay, looks great. Take out a piece of plastic and cover it and squeeze to hold it together, and leave it until we are preparing the ganache to finish off. Now let's finish off with the ganache. This is milk chocolate ganache, and we are going to whip it up. It's not going to take long, so it looks like this in a minute. Transfer your cake onto the serving tray you are using. Make your cream even onto the surface. And pop out the milk chocolate ganache from the center. Little by little. And fill the gap like this. It looks so good. It doesn't have to be even because it should look like a log. It should look like natural. Now let's finish off the side with the sweet chocolate. You don't have to whip it up the semi-sweet chocolate ganache. This is the ideal consistency. If your ganache is not like this and not soft enough to pipe out, warm up just a little bit and adjust the consistency. And transfer to a piping bag attached with a flat piping tip. Pipe out the semi-sweet chocolate ganache all around the sides. Do not worry too much if it's not even. We can modify it later. Finish off with a warm spoon to look like a real log. And if you pipe out the ganache uneven, you can modify your cake like this. For the finishing touch, dust with confectioner's sugar and decorate with the walnut and almond. And your beautiful double chocolate Yule log is done. Fluffy and moist sponge cake and whipping cream create a nice soft interior, and the double chocolate ganache melt in your mouth and rich and indulgent, but not overly sweet. Walnut and almond add a nice crunch to it, and it is so good. I hope you will give this recipe a try. Thank you for watching the video. Give me a big thumbs up and share the video with your friends and families. And consider subscribing if you don't want to miss any of my new videos. And follow me on the social media and tag me on your post if you give it a try. And join my happy eating group to share your food with me. And my store on Amazon has pretty much everything that I'm using in my video. And for more information, visit my website princessbamboo.com. Thanks again, and I will see you soon. Bye!